Good. Well, okay. Good morning, beloveds. Yeah. Um, so I had a really interesting experience yesterday. And since, yes, I do this for y'all, I also do this for me. And so, yeah. I showed up for work yesterday, and as am getting ready to pull in to the parking lot that I park in to go to work, there were two cop cars sitting there. And I was like, and the cops were out of the car and they were talking to the kid in the car that was parked at the end of my parking lot. I was like, so I stopped and I was like, I don't know if I should maybe go park in the front. And one of the cops just waved at me, and so I was like, okay, and got in there, parked, and I get out of my car, and I'm about to walk around the building, and they said, do you work here? And I was like, yeah. And they said, okay. I said, and then they told me that the alarm had been triggered, and I was like, okay. And then they thought that I had a key to the back door, which I don't. I can open the back door from the inside, but not from the outside. So they realized that I was going to walk around, and they're like, okay, well, we're going to move our car. So they drove around, and I didn't think anything of it. I just opened the door, went in, and the alarm was going off, but it was just chirping. It wasn't like full on blaring. And what the cops told me was that the interior alarm had been triggered, but that neither door had been forced. So they were like, and we have to close our office door to set the alarm. And I was about to just walk back there like I normally do. And then I thought, you know what? Maybe I better not. So the cops come in and they look around and they made a comment about the door. And then they drew their guns and opened the door and really looked around in the back. I mean, I heard them shifting stuff and looking under the desk and moving the chair to look under the desk and, looking, and they looked in the bathroom, and then they came out and said about that ceiling tile, and I said, no, that's been down for a while, we just can't keep it up there. And they went, oh, okay. And they reiterated that neither door had been forced. They just wanted to make sure that I was safe and everything. And then they stayed in there for about another 5-10 minutes. We talked about weight loss supplements. So it was just a weird day, and I honestly, at no time did I feel unsafe. It was weird, and I know my adrenaline was running a little high because it took me about an hour and a half to kind of get that buzz down. And then I ended up having a really busy day. But it was just one of those starts to the day that you kind of went, well, all right then. So I've not had that experience. I've made it to this age without ever having that experience before. But it it was interesting. It was weird feeling, but like I said, at no time did I feel unsafe. So just odd. So, yeah, the alarm company was supposed to come out and see what's going on with the interior alarm. They haven't. So I'm kind of hoping that I don't show up and the cops are there again today. Because, of course, one of the first thing I'm doing as the cops are looking around in my back room is I'm trying to call my boss, and he left his phone in the car, so he didn't answer. And so by the time I got a hold of him, the cops were already gone. And I was like, ah! So that's what my yesterday was like. It was just, and thinking of it from that spiritual perspective is, like I said, I never felt unsafe. I was ready to go about my day as usual, but then I stopped and thought about it. I was like, I need to let them do their job. So, all right, it is July 15th. Our title is My Own Communion. The Bible quote is, my delight is the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. And that is Psalm 1:2. There is always a silent communion going on between the individual soul and the invisible presence. This communion should become a conscious union of the self with the overself, of the mind with the spirit, of the personal with the universal. As the artist communes with the essence of beauty and gives birth to form, so our minds should commune with the divine presence. Today, I commune with the Spirit. In nature, I see the Spirit manifest. In everyone I meet, I shall commune with the living Christ. The divine presence in him, sensing its perfection, realizing its beauty, and being consciously aware of its love. Today, I hold silent communion with the invisible presence which peoples the world with the manifestations of its life, its light, and its love. I declare the presence of Spirit. I worship the God within me, knowing that the Lord is in his holy temple, and that everything on earth is subject to his will. I bless the place where I now stand. This attitude of blessing sheds a new light on my environment, and I see beauties hitherto hidden. Even the commonplace takes on a new glow, and I hear a voice out of heaven saying, "Behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he shall dwell with them, and they shall be his people." Okay, that last line, a voice out of heaven, that's a quote. And I'm assuming it's a Bible quote. Tabernacle. That's pretty much the only place I see that word is in the Bible. All right. So, even the commonplace takes on a new glow. And that really is it. Even the commonplace takes on a new goal, because when you look with the eyes of Spirit, and when you look with the eyes of love, when you look with the eyes of Spirit, when you look to see God in everything, then everything, it starts to glow. You start to see the beauty. That's one of the things. It's really interesting because I'm a photographer, and you can go to just ugly, barren, and desolate places. And I mean nature, and in urban areas too. And depending on how you frame the photograph, you can take absolutely gorgeous pictures in places that other people would say are ugly. You can find the beauty, and that's what we are asked to do. We are asked to look with the eyes of love, look with the eyes of Spirit, to see God absolutely everywhere, even in the ugly places. And so when you do that, then even the commonplace things take on that glow, because you recognize where they came from, what they're made from, what they are. So and the other thing about it is, it tends to cause you to treat things and people differently. One of the I'll use the moral decay, is how disposable everything is. We have gotten into a very disposable society, and so people are disposable, and that's heartbreaking. So when you're looking with the eyes of love, the eyes of Spirit, with to see the beauty within, to see the God within, to see the Spirit within, you're less likely to treat them as disposable. People, places, things, all of that. So that's the goal. That's the communion. It's like we commune with our muses. Well, we commune with our God. And we are in constant communication with that Spirit. Constant communication with that Spirit. Any statement that follows "I am" is a conversation with the universe. We are in constant, it's like when we say things off the cuff or with real feeling behind them, we're in communion. We're telling the universe who we are and what we think about ourselves. And so it's like the most powerful thing that you can do is be aware of what you say after I am. Because you're telling the universe what you are. And the law does not judge. The law says yes. At which point, a friend of mine, who has made his transition and his memorial's coming up, Dick Smelchkoff would say, do you want the universe to say yes to that? Honestly, the most powerful piece of advice I got, and he had always had wonderful, amazing advice, but, you know, if you say something, think about it. Do you want the universe to say yes to that? You can change your mind. So, my own communion. My delight is in the law of the Lord, and his law doth meditate day and night. And in his law, Bible quotes. My delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. The law does not judge. The law always says yes. Always says yes. So it behooves us to be aware we are in constant communion and to be aware of what we're saying. There is always a silent communication going on between the individual soul and the invisible presence, because the individual soul, the individualized soul, it's part of the great soul. There's going to be communication back and forth, because we're not separated. We're never truly separated from that soul, ever. This communion should become a conscious union with the self with the overself. You are always talking to God. Always talking to God. So, of the self with the overself, of the mind with the spirit, of the personal with the universal. As the artist communes with the essence of beauty and gives birth to form, so our minds should commune with the divine presence. Because what we think, what we are thinking, is what the Spirit is creating for us. Thought wrapped in feeling. So the more emotion you have wrapped around a thought, the more likely it is that that is what is going to be brought into form. Which means powerful good thoughts, powerful good emotions. It also means powerful negative thoughts and powerful negative emotions. We're constantly talking to the universe. Today, I commune with the Spirit. In nature, I see Spirit manifest. Spirit is all around us. In everyone I meet, I shall commune with the living Christ, the divine presence in them, sensing its perfection, realizing its beauty, and being consciously aware of its love. That's what I mean about treating people like the beloved children of God, whether they are acting like it or not, whether we are acting like it or not. If we treat people like the beloved children of God, they recognize it, most likely on a level that they're not even aware of. But we are consciously treating them as beloved children of God. And when we do that, it opens up a space for them to realize who they are. That's part of our calling. That is part of our calling. It does not mean that we stand around and get abused. It means that we gracefully exit the situation and go over here. But we do it kindly. It's like, I'm not going to put up with this. I'm going to go over here. But it means that I don't heap back upon them what they may have been trying to heap upon me that I'm not willing to accept. That's what I mean. Okay? Today, I hold silent communion with that invisible presence which peoples the world with manifestations of its life, its love, and its light. Peoples the world with the manifestation of its life. All around us, that's Spirit. I declare the presence of Spirit. I worship the God within me, knowing that the Lord is in its holy temple and that everything on earth is subject to its will. I bless the place where I now stand. This attitude of blessing sheds new light on my environment, and I see beauty hitherto hidden. I bless the place that I stand. I bless the place that I stand. When we bless the place that we stand, we make it holy to us. It's always been sacred. It's always been holy. When we bless the place that we stand, we are recognizing that. We are recognizing that this is a place that God has made. That includes the vehicle that we are wearing. Bless the place that you stand. This attitude of blessing sheds a new light. Oh, I said that line already. Even the commonplace takes on a new glow. When you realize that this was made by God, does it not make you want to treat it better? When you realize that this was made by God, does it not make you want to treat it better? Does it not make it more beautiful? And if it's not, does it make you want to make it more beautiful? Does it make you want to find that beauty and enhance that beauty? I hear, and here's open quotes, a voice out of heaven saying, "Behold, the tabernacle of God is within people, and it will dwell with them, and they shall be its people." Close quotes. And yes, I made it gender neutral because it is my right. So our mission today, should we choose to expect it, there's a whole bunch in here. There's a whole bunch in here. I'm not sure which one would be the best. All right, we're just going to go with the simple one. Our mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to see Spirit manifest. And I know that the line in the reading is in nature, but it's easy to see Spirit in nature. So I'm going to encourage you to see Spirit manifest in the urban, in the city, in the places of buildings, of glass, of steel, of, concrete. See Spirit manifest there. It can be the people. It can be the animals. I mean, there's plenty of birds in the urban area. But see the Spirit manifest there. Because nature's easy. Or, you want to take it that way, go look in your own mirror, and see the Spirit manifest there. Because that can sometimes be as much of a challenge, especially since we talked about the words that follow the I am. Okay? Yesterday, I told myself, I am safe. And I was. So, and those young men were there to make sure of it. So that's the mission today. The other mission is the same mission I give you every day. Do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself. Whatever that looks like. Whatever it is. I do encourage you to engage your body and your mind. Today I went for a run with Tom, and that was good, and I've engaged my body and my mind, and now I'm going to go engage my mind for the rest of the day, because that's what I do. And I got my face full of sun, and I'm going to drink plenty of water, because it's a little warm out there, and because we're in that, we don't know what's going on, it's so wet. The clouds have been a whole lot of fun to watch, so that's me. I love watching the beauty in the clouds. So find something beautiful for yourself today. All right? You deserve your own loving, kind compassion. You absolutely do. The more you practice on yourself, the more you have to share. And the more loving, kind, compassionate you can be with yourself, the easier it will be for you to find beauty. So that the commonplace can take on that glow. That you will see the beauty that you hadn't seen before. So, and it starts with love, it starts with kindness, it starts with compassion. So, you are a beloved child of God in whom God is well pleased, always and forever. That is the state of grace. So I encourage you, open the windows of your soul. Allow that breath of heaven to remind you, you do live in heaven now. Spirit is manifest all around us because everything around us is made of spirit. Everyone around us is spirit, whether they walk on 2 legs or 4 or 6 or 8. I like spiders. Most bugs I'm okay with. Some of them I still have. So, I'm trying. They are manifestations of spirit. Some of them I would prefer that they manifest their spirit outside of my house. I'm trying to encourage that. So, yep. Do what you need to do to take care of yourself. Do what you need to do to fill up on spirit. Do what you need to do to see spirit around you all the time. And to recognize that you are spirit made manifest. You are that life. You are that presence. You are that power. You are that love. All right. I'm going to move into the process of my day. Because, I got work to do. And you can do what you need to do. It's Thursday, and right now, I know treatment and meditation is starting soon, but I'm not sure if it's this week or next week. So, and I'm pretty sure it's on Thursday. If you're interested, please email info@creativelife.org to get that information. I believe that's David and Marcia teaching that. And I know Danielle and I will get on the stick and teach something else. She works full time and has 3 boys. I work full time. We're gonna teach, but just a little more spread out. So, Reverend David will be on Facebook Live around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you at 9 a.m. And as always, you can catch me and this on the Running Rev Ryan YouTube channel anytime. It's all up there from when I started this in March of 2020. So have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow. Know that you are loved.